Welcome to Debbie Lash Wellness, and today we will be looking and playing with arm binding, and our peak pose today will be Birds of Paradise. Please don't worry if this pose is not fully available to you. I just want you to look at it as an investigation to just see where you're at this point of your practice. I'm going to give lots of different modifications, and you just meet yourself where you're at. No judgment, no expectations, and just do what you can. Please feel free to skip poses, skip vinyasas, take breaks when you need it, child's pose. Just honor your practice. Okay, today we're going to open with some pranayama. This one is called Kalabati, and it's the breath of fire, and it heats the belly and the body from the inside out. It's a great way to just drop into the breath in your body and take you out of your thinking mind. So with that in mind, bring your right hand along, and I like to take the first 3 fingers and bring them and just slide them slightly down under the navel, underneath your belly button, and just pause here. And Kalabati is about purging and pushing the breath out on the exhale. So I like to have my hand here so I can feel that contraction of pressing the breath out. The lips stay closed and the breath is coming out through the back of the throat, the nose. So I'm just going to do a little demo. So inhale to the top, pause and hold, Kalabati, exhale. Inhale, we'll do 5 rounds of 15. Inhale, pause at the top, Kalabati, exhale. Inhale, pause and hold, Kalabati, exhale. Inhale, pause and hold, Kalabati, exhale. Inhale, don't worry if you can't do all 15, maybe you can only do 2 or 3. Pause and hold, Kalabati, exhale. Inhale, Kalabati, exhale. Good, last round, inhale to the top, Kalabati, exhale. Inhale. Big sigh out, exhale. Hands at heart center, bowing chin to chest. If you'd like to bring an intention or dedication to this practice, now is the perfect opportunity to do so. And if you don't know what to ask for, I always begin with asking that my body is open and my mind is clear, and you can add anything to that. Inhale, open the eyes, lift the gaze. Good morning, yogis. Let's start in a seated position. Any blocks on the side? Again, if you haven't got a yoga strap, a hand towel would be great as an alternative for arm binding if you are quite new to the practice and just need that little bit more support to bring the hands together at any point. A strap, a belt, anything you've got. Just use what you can. Start with the legs crossed. We're just going to take a forward fold and bow. Inhale, both arms up, lift up. Forward fold and bow. Exhale. I'm just going to stack my hands, my fists on top, and just bow the chin to the chest. Take 5 cycles of breath here. Just a real sense of anchoring down, turning in, and take this opportunity to ask yourself how you feel. Notice how your physical body feels, if there's any tension, gripping, tightness. Good. 2 more cycles of breath wherever you are. Last cycle of breath here. Inhale. And exhale here. Inhale. Come back, change the cross of the legs. So the other leg is in front. Inhale, both arms up, lift up. Exhale, forward, fold, and bow. Just bowing to yourself and really honor yourself for showing up this morning. Thank your beautiful body for doing all the work. And I thank you. I thank you for sharing your practice with me. It really is an honor and a privilege. 1 more cycle of breath. Inhale. And exhale here. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. And we're going to lie all the way down on the belly. That's it. Just open the arms out into T shape. Just move any props out of the way. So we're lying all the way down. Arms in T shape. Forehead to the floor. And we're just going to open the shoulders. So inhale, roll into the right shoulder. And pause here. This can feel pretty sticky right off out of the gate. Some of you are going to lift the top leg up, bend the knee, and then just place it here. So it's straight away in the hip and in the shoulder opener. Good. If you're looking for more, you're going to tiptoe the hand back towards the face. Some of you are going to stay here. Make sure the head is comfortably resting on the floor. Maybe you might need to put a blanket or a towel underneath the side of the head. Others are going to lift the arm up and then reach it back. Good. 5 cycles of breath. Inhaling, just begin to witness the breath coming into the body. Pause and hold the breath in, and then notice the breath leaving the body. Pause at the bottom of the exhale. 3 more cycles of breath, just like this. And just notice how the space between the shoulders is feeling. I can feel a lot of tension there. And if you want to take a little bit more into the top hip, you can just reach that top leg back and point the toe. So you're really starting to use your own body weight. More challenging. And maybe you'll try that and then you'll think, oh, actually, I'm going to put my foot back down. So just meet yourself where you're at. Last cycle of breath. Inhale. And exhale here. Other side, inhale, top arm up. And then exhale, hand down. Roll all the way back onto the belly and pause. Open the arms into T-shape. I'm going to turn my back to you here. Roll onto the left shoulder. Make sure that the hands straight out from the shoulder. Stack the hips. Float the top leg up and then bend the knee. Walk the right hand back. Pause. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rotate. And it feels like you'd love to be able to clasp your hands together here, finding a bind. But certainly not on my body is this going to happen. But it's that sensation. It's a feeling. So we're really taking ourselves out of a thinking mind into a feeling mind. And then do you want to lift up and then shift that top leg back? So open, it's deeper hip opener here. Just stay right here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. I'm going to just bring the foot back down because this feels plenty for my body today. Inhale, lifting the top arm up. Exhale, hand down. Good, roll all the way back onto the belly. Start to warm the shoulders and the upper back. Low cobra, point the toes, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Use the breath. Energetically, it feels like you're dragging the hands back towards your hips. Exhale, lower. Good. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Some of you might want to play with the strap or the towel. And you can bring the hands on the sacrum. Notice if you need the strap here. Good. Inhale, you're going to lift the hands off the sacrum and just reach the hands back. Good. Point through the toes and maybe lift the feet up. 3 cycles of breath. You feel like you're lengthening and pressing the head away from your feet. Spread the toes. This will take the gripping out of the buttocks. Inhale here. Exhale. Lower all the way down. Good. Come up into Sphinx pose. That's it. Walk the feet back together. Inhale. Lift up. Some of you are staying here. Some of you are lifting up on the forearms. That's it, just warming the upper thoracic. Inhale, take a look to the right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, look to the left. How's the mobility in your neck? Exhale, center. We hold a lot of tension and stress in the shoulders and the neck, so just really tune in and notice how the body feels. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. We're going to move into some core work. Come up onto the elbows. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, lift up. Good. Drop both heels over to the right. Pause. Lower the right hip down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Back onto the toes. Drop the heels to the left. Inhale, lower the hip down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep pressing the crown of the head forward. 3 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Last one. Good. High on the tippy toes. Clasp the hands together. Opening up the shoulders. Dolphin pose. Tiptoe the feet all the way in. Drop the head. That's it. We played with this pose yesterday. It's a really wonderful shoulder opener. Just stay here. Inhale. Come high on the tippy toes. Walk the feet together. Exhale. Lower. Inhale. Lift. Exhale. Lower. Last one. Inhale. Lift. Exhale, lower. Drop the knees to the floor. Release the toes. You're going to grab your strap and come all the way up. And if you have got your hand towel, you can use that, a scarf, whatever's available to you. Good. We're going to start with the hands shoulder distance. Inhale, lift the arms up. Pause. And then I'm just going to separate the hands here and then shift the hands back. The arms back about 1/3. Good. Notice the front ribs want to stick out. Draw the ribs in. Good. Just stay here. 3 cycles of breath. Notice any sensations in the shoulders. That's it. 1 more cycle of breath. Inhale here. And then exhale, lower all the way down. You're going to use the inhale to lift the arms up. Exhale, come back to center, then reset the hands. It's 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So we're going to go a little bit beyond. Good. Again, front ribs sticking out. Draw them in. The yogis call the front body the ego body. Good. Stay here. 3 cycles of breath. Now connect through the feet. Spread the toes, pressing down through all 10 toenails. Soften the arms back another little bit here. Good. How's the breath? Soften the jaw, draw the ribs in, squeeze the thighs together. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down. The inhale is going to lift you all the way up. Exhale, release. Good. Last time, reset. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come back. Pause. Stay here. 3 cycles of breath. Notice the sensations. Good. Maybe you need to separate the hands a little further here. Just effortless ease. Good. Squeeze the outer hips, the buttocks together. 1 more cycle of breath. Inhale. Exhale, lower. So this is called shoulder flossing. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands back down. Beautiful. Place the strap to the side. Let's move through some cat-cow. So come up onto the hands and knees. That's it. We're going to spin the fingers back towards the hands. We're going to take cat-cow this way. Lift the back ribs up. Walk the knees towards the hands. Look down at your fingers. Spread the thumb, the little fingers, and press down through the knuckles. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, round. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, round. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, round. Last one here. Inhale, heart lifts. Now we're going to tuck the toes under. Keep the fingers facing forward. Just notice how it feels. If this is too much for your body, but it looks more challenging than what it is. And just come into down dog with the fingers facing towards the feet. Stay for a couple of breaths. Put a nice bend into the knees. Lift the hips up. Inhale here. And then lower the knees back down. Exhale. Good. Walk the knees together. Release. That's it. And then grab your strap. I'm going to open the shoulders. So place the strap on your right shoulder. And then rotate and lift the right arm up. Inhale here. And then exhale, pat yourself on the middle of the back, grabbing your strap. Good. Inhale, float the left arm out. Rotate the palm. And then you're just going to walk your hand up the strap. Good. Stay right here. Inhale here. Exhale here. Good. Chin to chest. Start to lift the head so the back of the head is pressing into the forearm. And again, roll. My left shoulder is rolling forward. Roll. Roll it back. Shift the weight back onto the heels and find that connection through the back of the head and the forearm. One more cycle of breath. Zip your ribs in and then press through the tops of the feet. Inhale, release. Other side. So take your strap, place it on the left shoulder, left arm up, rotate the palm. Pat yourself in the middle of the back. And then, you might need to walk the forearm so you can really find the back of the head. Drop the chin to the chest. Good. Inhale, take the arm out wide. Rotate the palm. Exhale. You might even find that maybe you can bind on one side. So just notice that's really what the practice is. It's a practice of observation. And then the more we practice, the more we really get to observe. And we really notice transformation and habits, and the yogis call the habits samskaras, the way we come in and out of the poses, the thought process. A lot of the time, the same things come up throughout the practice. So it's just really witnessing and observing. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale. And exhale, release. Good. The strap to the side. Inhale, open the arms wide. Cross the right arm over the left. Garudasana. Inhale, lift. Garudasana arms. And then exhale. You can stand here or forward fold and bow. And just feel that counter pose. So we're really finding that lovely spreading of the shoulder blades. And the more you squeeze your forearms together, you'll feel that pulling of the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, release. And then other side, left arm over the right. Inhale, float the elbows up, hands away from the face. Lift up, look up. Forward fold and bow. 3 cycles of breath wherever you are. Always remember to activate the pose from the floor up. So spread the toes, press the shins and the knees down, lifting the back ribs up. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, float the arms up. And exhale, release. Let's begin to warm and flow. Lift up and back, downward facing dog. Float the right leg straight back. Let's just bend the knee, open the hip, and nice big hip openers here. That's it. I like to come up high on the left fingertips because it stops me dumping into the left hand and into the left wrist. Good. Circle the ankle. Good. And then place the hand down if it was on the fingertips. Straighten the leg, knee to nose round. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Knee to nose round. That's that building heat and strengthen the wrists and the shoulders. A nice core work. Step it all the way through. And drop the back knee down. Both hands inside the right foot. Lizard pose. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Some of you are going to come down onto the elbows because both elbows can touch the floor. Others, you're going to need a block or a book or a pillow, a towel, a couple of towels, a blanket, and bring the floor to the elbows. So wherever you're at, just stay right here. The work is in the right knee pressing into the right shoulder. Back ribs are lifting. Good. 3 more cycles of breath here. Squeeze the buttocks. Squeeze the outer hips in. That's it. 1 more cycle of breath. And inhale, come up onto the hands. You can be on a block. You can keep the block right here or your book. Bend the back knee. Good. And then this transition can be very challenging. So maybe that's where your work is. Windmill on the inhale, the right arm back. And if you can't catch the foot, you can use your strap or your towel, whatever you've got. Lasso it around there to reach the foot. So maybe you're trying to pull the heel to the buttock, and then maybe you can grab the foot. Some of you are here. Some of you are going to lower back down onto the elbow. Good. 3 cycles of breath. I like to drop my knee open, roll the shoulder back. So this is really nice shoulder opener and a hip opener. How's the breath? Inhale. Exhale here. 2 more cycles of breath. I can really feel my shoulders shifting and opening. Good. Release the foot and then bring the hand down. Inhale. Tuck the back toe under and then drop the back heel down. Top arm up. Inhale. And then arm up and over, exhale. That's it. 3 cycles of breath. Press that right buttock in towards you. Good. In towards the screen if you're facing me. Beautiful. 1 more cycle of breath. Top arm up. And rotate the top palm back. And let's take that first half bind. I like to press my hand onto the shoulder. Inhale, lift. Exhale here. 2 more cycles of breath. That's it. Later we're going to play with maybe taking that full bind. But if that's new to you, remember you've got this, your towel, and you can use it this way. So we'll just play with that later on in the practice. Good. Top arm up and hand down. Take a twist, left hand down. If you need to drop the knee, you can. Right arm up. Lift the back ribs up by squeezing the hips, arm up and over. And I like to rock forwards and backwards. Stretching the toes, rolling the chin into the right armpit. Inhaling here. And hand down. Step back into plank. Virasana side plank. Drop the heels to the right. Some of you are going to keep the feet staggered. Some of you are going to stack the feet. Inhale, lift up. And then arm up and over. If you're looking for more, float the leg up, whatever feels good and available. Press down, lift up. 1 more cycle of breath. Inhale, top arm up. Float the top leg up. We're going to bend the knee like we did right at the beginning of class. Drop the foot up and over. Inhaling here. Make sure you're getting the toe of your left foot connecting to the floor. Inhale, top arm up. Step the feet. Plank pose. Lower all the way to the floor. Good. 3 low cobras. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Point the toes and then spread them. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes. Press up. Plank pose. Downward facing dog. Other side. Float the left leg straight back. Put a bend into the knee. Open the hip. I'm going to come up high on my right fingertips. And then play with some nice big hip openers. That's it. And then pause at the top. Take the leg up and over. Maybe circle the ankle. Notice if there's any clicking. And do that both ways. Place the right hand down. Square the hips, straighten the leg. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose round. Glide forward. Inhale, lengthen. Knee to nose round. Last one. Knee to nose round. And then we're going to step it through. Lizard pose. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, release the back toes. Inhale, lift. Walk the left foot over to the left. Bring both hands on the inside. Inhale, lift up. You could stay on the hands and the fingertips here. Others are going to come down onto the elbows or a block. So just choose wisely for your body. That's it. And the work is when you squeeze the outer knee in. You want the connection between the shoulder and your inner knee, inner thigh. Good. There's real squeezing the outer, both outer hips on in to lift the back ribs up. Good. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale, coming back up onto the hands, putting a bend into the back knee. Pause. Windmill the arm back. Some of you are going to catch the foot. Some of you, it might not be there. You're going to play with finding the belts and strapping it over the foot. Roll the shoulder back. You can drop and then roll that onto the left pinky toe. I'm going to come down onto the elbow. And this is a really deep hip and shoulder opener. 3 cycles of breath wherever you are. And there's lots of different levels. So never worry if you're staying with the first option that I'm giving you. We all start right there, right where we're at. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, release the back foot without slingshotting it. And bring the hand back down. Good. Inhale, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee up. Drop the back heel down. Left hand on the inside. You might grab a block here. Good. Now squeeze. You're squeezing your buttock in. Top arm up. Pars bar. Arm up and over. Good. Rolling that chin into the right armpit. Pick the back heel up. Press it back. There's this nice alignment through the heel to the back arch. Heel of the front foot to the back arch. And then some of you are going to play with this half bind. I like to actually even bring my hand into the thigh, press it down, and then roll. You can put your hand onto your right shoulder and roll and lift it up. And lift up, look up. We were talking about that full bind later. So this is where your hand would come. And one more cycle of breath wherever you are. Inhale, right arm up. And then right hand down. Good. Right hand down. Lift the heel of the back foot up. And then left arm up and over. Good. Just rocking forwards and backwards here. I like just to stretch the toes. I always really like to work into the joints. Inhale, top arm up. Exhale, hand down. Step back plank. Side plank. So we've got options. Drop both heels so the feet are a little beyond hips distance. Drop them to the left. You can stay right here with both hands down. Otherwise, I'm going to stack the feet, peel the right arm up and over. 3 cycles of breath. You're really pressing down to lift up these bottom ribs. Notice the tendency of the top hip rolls back. So sometimes I even put my hand on the hip to roll it forward. Inhale, top arm up. Float the top leg. Put a bend into the knee. Step it behind. This is the same shape we made when we were starting the class, lying all the way on our belly and opening the shoulders and placing that knee behind. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, top arm up. Feet together. Plank pose. Shift the weight forward. Are you ready for up dog? Lower halfway. Roll over the toes. Up and back. Downward facing dog. Stay right here. 3 cycles of breath. And just have a look at your hands. Ears in line with the biceps. And then just look back to the feet. Spread the toes. You're energetically pressing the heels down even though for some of us they don't actually quite touch. Inhale, come high on the tippy toes, bend the knees and just walk, step or float to the top. Hands on the shins, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold and bow. Good. Clasp the hands on the sacrum. Again, grab the strap if you need one. Drop the head. Inhale, lift the arms up and over. This feels really good. So a nice hamstring opener. Again, more opening of the shoulders. And then imagine my hands are holding your hands, lifting them up. So lifting those shoulder heads up and away. And there's a nice little bend into the knees. And you can nod the head, yes. And turn the head, no. Press down through the feet. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale here. And now lifting all the way up. Inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's bring some flow into the practice. Both arms up, lift up, breathe in. Surya A, forward fold and bow. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Bend the knees, step back into plank. Shift the weight forward. Lower halfway, hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Roll over the toes. Maybe you don't need to hold it and you can drop the knees to the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath wherever you are. And always activate the pose from the floor up. So press the hands into the floor, spread the toes, inner thighs roll back, and then lift the back ribs and your hips up. Good. Inhale, high tippy toes. Bend the knees. Maybe you're ready to float up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Press down, inhale, rise. Maybe you like a back bend. I do. Feels like low cobra standing on my feet. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands. Step into plank. Vinyasa, meet me in down dog. Know that you can skip vinyasas. If you need child's pose, take it whenever it feels appropriate throughout the practice. If I'm in downward facing dog, then it's a great time to take child's pose. And I'll give you different opportunities through the practice to take it. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, jump or step. Good. Last round. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, both arms up. Let's meet in downward facing dog. That's it. And just use the sun salutation as a moving meditation. A nice kind of thing to try is closing the eyes through the practice. And just trust that you know where you're going, you know the process. How many sun salutations have you done during your yoga life? It's probably thousands, I'm sure. Inhale, float the right leg straight back. Right knee, right elbow. Good, and pause and hold it here. Lift it up a little higher. Now swing it over to the left elbow. Pause and lift. Knee to nose, step it through. Good, drop the back heel down. Right hand on the inside, left arm up. Pause, take the half bind. That's it. Some of you may even be ready for a full bind. We've done a lot of work in the shoulders. That's it. Maybe you're going to use your hand towel. Drop down and just grab it here. This is a great place to start. Doesn't matter if the hands aren't binding. Just meet yourself where the body is at. And you might find today you can't bind fully, but when you try this practice even tomorrow or a few days or even a week later that you find the bind. So just observe. Good. The arms are bound. Release, top arm up and over. Good. Activating the hips, squeeze it in. Sink lower into the front thigh and then draw these ribs in. One more cycle of breath. Lifting up, warrior 2. So the hand, the leg stays the same. And then pause here. Good. We're going to straighten that front leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. That feels so good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Triangle pose. Hinge forward. Hand down. Top arm up. Some people, like I do, like to walk the back foot up. Arm up and over. Again, play with the half bind. Inhale, top arm up. Exhale, hand behind. I like to slide my hand, you can see it peeking there, onto the top of the hip, the thigh, and now spin the chest. Press the crown of the head away from the tailbone, and then think about your side plank. I'm going to play with Ardha Chandrasana with a half bind if that feels available for you today. So keep the arm bound, bend your knee. I'm going to grab my block here, slide your block forward, inhale, lift up. Have a look at your grounded foot, make sure it hasn't turned during that transition. It sneakily seems to do that sometimes. Good, notice your head, lift the head up, 3 cycles of breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. That's it. One more cycle of breath here. Release the bind, Japasana for some of us, kick the heel to the buttock, or bring the knee into the chest. I find a lot of the time when I'm practicing, I need to do that. And kick the foot into the hand into the foot. Good, stay right there. Find that plank, side plank and the sideways. Roll that top shoulder back. Keep bending the standing knee. Good, one more cycle of breath. Inhale, top arm up. Exhale, step all the way back to triangle pose, Trikonasana. Inhale, lift up, warrior 2, and reverse it. Hand onto the back thigh. Inhale, lift. And exhale, wimble the hands to the floor. Pause here. We're going to drop the back knee down and take a nice juicy twist. Inhale, both arms up to a high lunge. Good, squeeze the hips together, lift up, squeeze your biceps into the ears. Inhale here, and now exhale, sink. Good, squeezing the outer hips in. 2 more cycles of breath. That's it. Bring the hands to the heart center. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Some of you are going to snuggle. I like to snuggle the elbow down to the thigh, tuck the back toe under. You can keep the back knee down. Inhale, lift. Good, squeeze the buttocks together, the hips together, and then notice the back foot. Some of you are going to split the arms and rotate that top palm back and maybe look for that half bind here. That's it. As if the twist wasn't intense enough, just adding that bind certainly brings in a bit more activity into the poses for sure. So whether you want to take it up or down. Inhale, top arm up. Exhale, hand down. 3-legged dog. Float that right leg straight back. Glide forward. Lower halfway down. Roll over the toes. Up and back. Downward facing dog. You're really going to notice how that right hip feels through all the work that we just did. Inhale, float the left leg straight back. Elbow. Glide forward, pause and hold. Now lift it up higher. Swing it over to the right. Lift it up. Good. Knee to nose. Step it all the way through. Back heel down. If you need your block, bring the block. Inhale, top arm up. Rotate the palm. And then we've got this half bind again. Good. I like to slide that hand down. Good. Squeeze the left buttock in. Some of you might be able to play with this full. Again, if you can't find the full bind, grab your towel so it looks like this. And then over time, you'll walk your hand up. Maybe you can clasp the wrist. Press the crown of the head away from that back heel. Good. 2 more cycles of breath wherever you are. Activate the ribs, drawing the ribs in. Press the head back any amount. Release the bind. Good. Inhale, top arm up. Warrior 2. Just reach the hand back. Keep the leg in the front the same. Good, inhale here. We're going to straighten the front leg. Inhale, feels so good. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, straighten and pause. Triangle pose. Reach forward. Put a bend in that front knee. I'm going to use my block. Step the back foot up if that feels good. And then top arm up. Some of you are just going to take the arm up and over. Others are going to play with this half bind. Good. Inhale here. Exhale here. And then work the pose from the floor up. Press through the right big toe. I always need to remind myself to rebend that front knee. Just a whisper, and then lift the knee and the thigh up. Spin and roll the chest up. And think about the side waist always. So that's why the block feels good. So you can press down and then activate the side body. Keeping the bind. Bend the knee. Slide the hand forward, the block. Inhale, lift up. So with the practices happening at home, I really do advise you to invest in a set of blocks. It really helps transform the practice and takes a lot of the effort and the struggle out. Good. One more cycle of breath. Activate the back foot. Good. Release the bind. Kick the heel to the buttock. Grab the foot. Inhale, lift up. Exhale here. Some of you might even be able to play with lifting that bottom hand up. Maybe even can reach back for that back foot. So there's always lots of different layers to play with. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. One more cycle of breath. Wherever you are, release the bind. Step back, warrior two. Reverse the warrior. And windmill the hands to the floor. Drop the back knee down. High lunge before our twist. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink into the front thigh. And then lift the biceps to the ears. 3 cycles of breath. And it really is this action of squeezing the outer hips and the buttocks together. Hinge forward. Taking the twist. Hands to the heart. Inhale, hinge forward. Lift the back ribs up. Exhale, twist. We're really spinning the chest. Some of you are keeping the back knee down. Quite rightly so. It feels already like a lot. Others will be looking for a little bit more. And sometimes it's good just to see. Maybe you're going to lift the back knee up, and then you'll think, you know what? It actually feels better down. 3 cycles of breath. Split the arms. Maybe go for your half bind. Inhale here. Exhale here. That's it. 2 more cycles of breath. Make sure if focus is in your back foot, make sure you're pressing down through the big toe. There's a tendency to roll into the outer part of the foot, the little toe. Inhale, top arm up. Hand down. 3-legged dog. Inhale, left leg back. 3-legged plank. Shift the weight forward. Roll over the toes. Up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Just walk the hands back towards the feet. And we're going to step the feet as wide as the mat. Malasana yogi squat. Lower down. Good. Cupcake fingers. So high on the fingertips. Just going to lengthen the hips up. Inhale, lengthen. Drop the head. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. I'm just going to turn to face you. Malasana. Some of you are going to stay here. Back of the arms pressing into the knees. Now squeeze the knees. Some of us are going to play with a half bind. So drop that right hand down. Really, I like to drop the shoulder down. And again, if you find the bind hard, you can put this here. That's it. And now just bend. Maybe you're just staying here with the half bind. Top arm up. Rotate the palm. And then reach back. Maybe you can grab that towel or your hand or the wrist. Now roll and lift. Notice how you're sinking into the right foot, even standing. Good. Inhale here. Exhale here. 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale, release the top arm up. And exhale, release. Other side. Inhale, drop that left shoulder down. Reach the left hand down. Maybe staying there. You're really activating the knee into the back of the arm. Inhale, top arm up. You've got your hand towel or your strap. Maybe you're going to try for that half bind. Good. Roll that right shoulder and then notice I'm standing heavily into the left foot and then lift. Watch your even standing through both feet. Samastahi. That's what it means in Sanskrit. Even standing. And then notice the breath. Samafriti. Even breathing. Take a deep breath in. And a big breath out. Good. And just release. Birdsofparadise. I'm a fan of the arm balances. That's on your shoulders are fully prepped. Spread the fingers. Lift up high on the tippy toes. I bring my knees into the armpits. Some people, this isn't available yet, so you squeeze the knees around the upper arms. Palms flat on the floor. Inhale. You want to lift your hips and the sit bones up. Look down at the fingers, but press the crown of the head forward. Lift 1 foot up at a time, maybe 2. 5 cycles of breath wherever you are. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Good. 2 more cycles of breath. Squeeze the buttocks, outer hips together. And we're going to lower all the way down. Good. Step the feet wide apart. So we're turning long ways on the mat. And we'll just take a half bind right here in Pasarita Padottanasana. Right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Lift up, look up. And then press. Maybe you're going to walk the hands slightly forward. Notice if you're sitting in the heels. Reach back. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale here. 3 more cycles of breath wherever you are. Some really lovely internal rotating of the thighs. You need to put a whisper of a bend into the knees if you're hyperextending. Inhale, top arm up. And then the hand down. Swap sides. You want the shoulders stacked. Rotate the palm. Reach. Good. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. 2 more cycles of breath. And inhale, top arm up. Exhale, hand down. Good. Just walk the feet so they're slightly beyond hips distance. Again, if you need your hand towel or your strap. Good. So this is like the first stage of Birds of Paradise, which is our peak pose today. But we're going to play with it from a standing position, and then later we'll come from from a different pose if that's available. So come up high onto your right tippy toe. So lift the right heel up and then drop that right shoulder under. Good. And then just snuggle it under. And then you're just going to reach up. Try and bring your hand to the sacrum, but maybe if your hand's just by the outer hip, just land wherever you land. And if you can, press the heel back down. Inhale, lift the left arm up. And then if you've got your strap and your towel, you're going to pause here. Roll the inner thighs back. Press through the feet, even standing, Samastahi. Good. 3 cycles of breath. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. And just notice the head is heavy. The head is working, the gravity pulling the head down, hips are lifting. Good. You're going to inhale. Walk that right foot in. Press the weight into the left foot. Come high on the tippy toes. And now there's really got to use the belly. Chin to chest, belly to spine. Inhale, we're lifting all the way up. We won't extend the leg here. We'll do that later in the practice. Inhale here. And then exhale, come all the way down. Maybe you might want to lean into the wall or something. And then release. Good. Other side. Come up high on the left tippy toes. I'm just going to turn. Left tippy toes, drop that left shoulder under. That's it, snuggle it under. Inhale, top arm up. And then there's your little nice holding the towel. Maybe you can grab the hands. Quite often you can find a bind on one side of the body and not the other. And this is normal. Good. Walk that foot in, press down. Now we're inhale, we're going to lift up, squeezing, working that hip stabilizer. Same muscle we use in half moon pose. That's it. Just stay for a couple of breaths and then come down the same way you came up. And release. Good. We're going to take the feet wide. Hands on the hips. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, lifting all the way up. So here's an option to go upside down, just to move and shake the energy. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands on the hips. Good. Inhale, lift the chest. Forward fold and bow. Drop the hands straight to the floor. Tiptoe the hands back so they're in line with your feet. Hands are shoulder distance. But I like to bend the knees here to get my head to the floor. Good. Squeeze the elbows in like you'd love them to touch. Come high on the tippy toes. Maybe your work is just lifting high onto the toes. Notice if there's any fear that comes up. You can take this pose to the wall. Zip the legs up. Good. Inhale here. Exhale here. 3 cycles of breath wherever you are. Good. We're going to split the legs and then make our way all the way down. Good. Walk the hands out in front. Skandasana. Turn the toes out on the right toes to the top of the mat, and then bend. Flex the left foot. Bind, half bind. You can keep the hands to the floor. There is this tendency in this pose to kind of roll, and then you end up falling on your backside. Otherwise, some of you might just be here, pressing that elbow into the knee. Some of you are going to play with that half bind, maybe a full bind. Good. Flex the foot. Good. And now point the toe. That's it. Notice what's happening in the belly. Draw the belly in, roll that top shoulder back. And release. Other side. Hands can come to the floor. Options, hands down, hands to prayer. Half bind or full bind. Good. Flex the foot. How are you feeling? Shoulder rolling back. This isn't like a heavy vinyasa flow, but really prepping the body. Opening the shoulders, opening the hips. That's it. One more cycle of breath wherever we are. And release. Inhale, top arm up. Exhale, hands down. Turn back to the top of the mat. And let's flush it with a vinyasa. Just connect back to the breath. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Lower down. Roll over the toes. Let's just stay in up dog. Stretching the hips, the back, the chest. Good. Exhale. Downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Padahastasana. You're going to grab the big toes with the peace fingers. Inhale, lift the chest. Bend the elbows and then drop the head down, look all the way up to between the thighs, rolling the inner thighs back. Stay wherever you are. 3 cycles of breath. So this is lovely and restorative for the body. Your head is below the heart. So it's taking the body into rest and digest. Wonderful for high blood pressure, anxiety. It's just nice and calming the forward folds. It's a physical inward turn. And release the feet with the toes, hands on the hips. Inhale, lift all the way up. Chair pose. Step the feet together. Garudasana chair. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Inhale, lift the hands halfway. Draw the sit bones back. Imagine you were actually going to take a chair, cross the right arm over the left, Garudasana. So this is a counter pose for opening our shoulders. Now we're lifting those shoulder blades up. Come high on the left toe, step it over. Garudasana, squeeze the hips together. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, sink into the pose. Shift the weight into the heel. Some of you are going to stay here. Some of you are going to forward fold and bow. Inhale, lift the shoulders, lift the back ribs, forward fold. Either elbows on the knees or beyond. Stay right here. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more cycles of breath wherever you are. Inhaling, lifting yourself all the way up. Unravel the leg, unravel the arms, lift up. Good. 2 more cycles of breath. You're pressing through that foot to lift up. Toppling tree. Hands at heart. Hinging forward. Float the back ribs up. Good. 2 more cycles of breath. Last one here. Inhaling here. Dropping your right hand down. Maybe you're going to take a block here. Bring the left thumb into the hip crease. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist to the left. Maybe you're going to float that top arm up. Twisting Ardha Chandrasana. Some of you might be able to bend the back knee and catch the foot. Inhale, lift. 3 cycles of breath. Don't worry if you can't. That's it. These poses come over time. It's a lifelong practice. Inhaling through the nose, lift up, roll the shoulder. Exhale, release. Top arm up. Good. You're going to step that back foot all the way back. Good. Drop the back heel down. The left foot is forward. Good. Here's our peak pose. Inhale, right arm up. Rotate the palm back, reach. Again, if you need your bind here, your hand towel, you've got it. Good. 3 cycles of breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Good. So if you don't need the bind, we're going to step up into birds of paradise. So I come high on the back, tippy toes of the back foot. And then it's 1, or you could take a couple of hops, step that right foot up, come high onto the left toes, squeeze the right hip in, inhale, lifting all the way up, pause. Maybe this is where you stop. Maybe you didn't even lift up, but it doesn't matter. Some of you are going to extend now, spread the toes, 3 cycles of breath. Whoa, the balance is feeling vulnerable. Inhale here, and then we come down the same way. That's it. Step it back and release. Hands to the floor. 3-legged dog. Inhale. Float the left leg back. 3-legged plank. Roll over the toes. Up and back. Downward facing dog. If you want to take a moment and take child's pose, we'll stay here for 3 cycles of breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. How did that go for you? Let me know. I'd love to see feedback. Oh dear, this really is live. That's it. And let's walk the hands back towards the feet, staying in this forward fold and bow. Good. Pick the feet up, slide the hands underneath the feet. Good. Rock forward, press the big toes down, lift the shoulder blades up. 3 cycles of breath wherever you are. Really press the big toes down, and if it's challenging to get your toes to the wrist, bend your knees so you can walk them, and then it's more about stretching the wrist than a hamstring opener for me here. And then when it feels available, you start to lift the knees and lift the thighs. Good. Step off the hands. We're going to walk and come into chair pose from the floor up. Bend the knees. Shift the weight into the heels. Really press the sit bones back. Lift the arms up halfway. Shift the weight onto the left foot. Cross the left arm over the right. And then right leg over the left. Garudasana. Some of you have got the bind on the legs. Some of you have just got that big toe tapping to the floor. And that's a really great place to be as well, to anchor the pose, because our balance is, every day it's different. Inhale, lift the elbows, lift the back ribs. Exhale, forward fold and bow. Good. And then once you find your sweet spot, shift the weight into the heel. Lift the shoulders like low cobra and keep lifting those back ribs up as you squeeze the outer hips in. 2 more cycles of breath here. It's a really nice compression pose, squeezing the forearms, the thighs together. How's the breath? Soften the jaw. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Unravel the arms. Maybe you're just going to stay with the knee bend. Extend. 3 cycles of breath. Point the toe. Lift the thigh. Good. Squeezing the outer hips. Inhale. Step forward. Toppling tree. I like to keep that back foot down. Inhale, lift. Stay right here. We're going to play with twisting Ardha Chandrasana. That's it. Parivrtta. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, twisting half moon. Good. If you need the blocks, a great idea here. Left hand down, bring the right thumb into the right hip crease. Shift the weight. Watch my foot shift back. Good. Spin the ribs to the right. Press the crown of the head away from the back heel and float that top arm up. Squeeze the outer hip. Some of you can reach back, grab that foot. Inhale, lift up. Exhale here. 2 more cycles of breath. That's it. Keep pressing down to lift up. Rolling the shoulder. One more cycle of breath. Wherever you are, release. And now step that left foot all the way back. Good. I need to step that right foot forward. We're going to play with that half bind, full bind. Birds of paradise, our peak pose. Rotate the top hand back. Reach, roll. And even maybe use your hand. If I was teaching you in the class, I'd lift up that shoulder if it needed it. Drop that bottom hand down and under. Maybe you're staying here and working on this full bind. This is a lot of work. Otherwise, look down, lift the back heel up, and now maybe a couple of hops or inhale. Step the back foot up. Walk that left foot in. Come high on the right tippy toes. Chin to chest. Back ribs lift. Squeeze outer hips. Inhale, peeling up. All the way up. Pause and hold. Some of you are staying here. Some of you are floating that leg up. A lot of hamstring work. Good. Inhale here. Spread the toes. That's it. How's the breath? Soften the jaw. Inhaling here. And then we come down the same way we come in. Step the foot back. And release the bind. Good. Both hands down. Float that right leg straight back. Inhale. Glide forward for a 3-legged plank. Up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Stay right here. Some of you are going to take child's pose. Some of you are going to stay in down dog. And some of you looking for a little bit more. You're coming into a forearm plank. And we're just going to stay wherever you are for 10 cycles of breath. That's it. Lifting the back ribs up. I like to rock forward. You can drop heels to the side. Really always using and moving that side waist. Good. 3 more cycles of breath. Wherever you are. And there is, I think of you as an advanced yogi if you're taking child's pose here because you're honoring your practice, and it takes an advanced practitioner to know when to back off. Good. Inhale, come back up onto the hands. Downward facing dog. Float that right leg straight back. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Flip the dog all the way over. Inhale, lift. This feels really good. Opening the chest. Some of you might even be able to pick that grounded foot, right foot up, kick the heel to the buttock. Place it down, even if you try it for a second. Inhale, arm up. Right knee to right wrist, and then just swing the foot across, single pigeon. That's it. Inhale, lift up. Exhale here. Good, stay here. Stay high on the fingertips. 3 cycles of breath. Maybe you might want to put blocks underneath the hand. Whatever feels good and available in your practice. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Good, put a bend into the back knee. Right hand down. Again, use a block if you need to. Left arm windmills back. If you need to grab the strap, otherwise grab the foot. Inhale here. Now squeeze the heel to the buttock. If available and your shoulders are open, spin the fingers forward and then turn and look to the front. Both shoulders are facing forward. 3 cycles of breath. And you're really pressing down to lift the chest up and away from the floor. Pressing the heel to the buttock. That's it. 1 more cycle of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Release. Inhale. Tuck the back toe under. And step back into downward facing dog. Up and back. Good. Other side. Inhale. Float the left leg straight back. Put a bend into the knee. Open the hip. Inhale. Up and over. 3 cycles of breath. And I like just to play with lifting. Maybe see if I can lift that heel to the buttock. That's it. Inhaling here. Maybe just pick it up, put it down. That's it. Just keep it playful. As long as it's bringing a smile on your face, it's all good. Inhale, top arm up. Come all the way back over. Left knee to the left wrist. Swing the foot across. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale here. And just observe the back foot. Spread the toes of the back foot. Try and get all 5 toenails down. Maybe you need a block underneath the left hand. You know where we're going. Have a look at the front leg. Ideally, it wants to look a little like a figure 7. The front foot is flexed. If there is pain in your knee, come out of the pose and you can take the pose lying on your back. I'm just going to bring you into the pose and then I'm going to show you what I mean. Heel to the buttock, spin forward. Now, if there is pain in the knee, don't put up with it. The pose isn't worth it. You're going to take the same pose, supine pigeon, lying on your back. So see, it's the same shape in the body. You can have the hand on the back of the thigh, leg up, whatever you need. You can grab the shin. Okay, and you can even bring the foot into the ankle and stay here. Okay, so you've got lots of options. I'm going to come back into single pigeon. That's it. You guys were right here, so release the foot. Good. And inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, drop the knees. And then come down all the way onto the buttocks. Good, open the legs wide into V shape. It's a nice idea to sit on a blanket or some towels. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. And then hands down. Press the crown of the head forward. Activate the feet by pressing the heels into the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold and bow. 3 cycles of breath wherever you are. And just notice as you turn your physical body in. So you're bowing to yourself, bowing to the practice. It's nice and calming and soothing to the nervous system. Tiptoe the hands over to the right. If you need a block, you can put a pillow here. Some of you feel better putting the elbow on a block and grabbing the big toe. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, maybe you're going to take that half bind. Inhale, lift. And just stay here. Exhale. Others can maybe get their elbow to the inside, to the floor. And inhale, top arm up, and then maybe up and over. Some of you might be able to catch the foot. Some of you are just going to keep the arm there, or maybe you'll stay in the half bind. But you're really spinning the chest through the gateway of the shoulders, pressing down through the left thigh and the sit bone. Inhale, top arm up. And other side. Top arm up, spin the palm, half bind. Inhale here, flex the feet. Notice when you flex the feet, the calf muscles press down, your hamstrings connect to the floor. You really want to be anchoring down through that right thigh. And if you feel it lifting, you can just bring your hand and press it down. That's it, and then rolling this top shoulder up. Inhale, top arm up. Maybe arm up and over. That's it. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, release. Good. Help the knees together. We're going to finish with a twist. Both legs out in front, Paschimottanasana. Actually, Dandasana, press down. Inhale, lift up. And then roll the shoulders back. Notice this rounding. We want to roll down. We press down to lift up, flex the feet. Good. Inhale. Place both hands underneath the right knee and bend the knee. Some of us are going to stay, the foot actually can even stay on the outside. Some of us will cross it over. There's another option, keeping the left leg straight. Some of us are going to swing that left leg back. Good. And now we've got the option to bind here. The body is fully prepped. Right hand behind the right sit bone. Inhale, left arm up. And then some of us are just going to take that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And this is a lot, just as it is. It's beautiful. But if you're looking to bind, inhale, you lift that top arm up, you snuggle it through. And I need to push the arm through. Give it a good helping hand. Inhale, reach the right arm back. Exhale here. Now peel. Lift the collarbones up. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, rotate, squeeze the outer hips. 3 cycles of breath wherever you are. Squeezing and massaging your abdominal organs, lengthening and strengthening your spine. This is wonderful for good posture, releasing the outer hips. So many benefits. Good. Inhale, release. Come back to center. Let's take a forward fold and bow in between. Inhale, both arms up. Paschimottanasana, forward fold. If your hamstrings are tight, bend the knees. Inhale, lift. Press the crown of the head forward. Forward fold and bow. 3 cycles of breath wherever you are. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Good. Snuggling that forehead down. Flexing the feet and actively pressing the crown of the head towards your big toes. Inhale, lift yourself up. Both hands underneath the left knee. Really think about how you come in and out of the poses. Maybe you're just going to keep your foot on the outside. Maybe you're going to cross it over the right leg and flex the foot. Maybe you're going to swing that right leg back. But if you are taking the full expression of the pose, this left hip, you might even need to work and press this left hip down. Left hand behind. I'm going to show you again from behind. Left hand behind the left sit bone. Inhale, right arm up. And then we inhale, lift to find the spine. You snuggle the hand through the left leg. Walk it through. Inhale, use the breath. Inhale. Exhale. So we squeeze the air out. Notice how my shoulders are rounding. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rotate. Activate the feet. Press through the feet to inhale, lift up through the spine. Breathe in. And then exhale, rotate. 3 cycles of breath. Just feel everything shifting and moving. Remember, no pain, no electrical pain in the body. If there is, always come out of the pose. There's only progress. That's it. Never push through anything because, you know, our joints and knees, our hips are expensive, and pain is a way of the body expressing that it doesn't like what you're doing. Okay. Inhale, come back to center. And release. Good. So we're ready. Most important pose of all, lowering all the way back, all the way down. It might be nice just to take a few cycles of breath with the knees bent and then dropping the knees in so the feet are as wide as the mat. Palms are facing up. Or, you know, if you're right next to a wall, maybe you're going to swing your legs up the wall and take Shavasana that way. That's always a really nice way to bring the body back into rest and digest. Others are going to extend the legs straight, roll the shoulders under, and just let it simmer. Let go of the practice by letting go of the breath and returning to normal shallow breathing. Inhaling through the nose and a big sigh out. Please stay and honor Shavasana so you can really fully receive the practice. I am going to close out, so just stay where you are. When you're ready, you're going to make your way up. Bring the prayer to the third eye. Just take a moment to honor yourself for returning to the mat. Self-care really does start here. It's a wonderful time to start the day. And it's a wonderful thing to do to end the day or any time in between. Thanks for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.